I'm Ellen Carpenter, the editor of Hemispheres magazine for United Airlines, and this is the Hemispheres Travel Show. Today we're headed down to Texas, where 3 different hosts are going to show you how to spend 3 perfect days in Houston. Whether you're strolling down the historic streets of the Heights, or checking out the thrift shops in Montrose, or taking in some art in the museum district, there's something for everyone. So let's go beyond downtown and the great Galleria Mall, though it is really great, and let's go check out some gems in some of Houston's more unique neighborhoods. This is 3 Perfect Days, Houston.
I'm David Keck. I live in Houston, Texas, where I'm a partner in Goodnight Hospitality, which is a new company. We just started Goodnight Charlie's as our first concept, a honky-tonk bar here in the Montrose district. Before that, I was an opera singer. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you. Opera singing is about as itinerant a career as you can have. It's about 10 months on the road. So I decided maybe I'd like to see what it felt like to live in one place. And it was right about that time that I sat my first level sommelier exam with the Court of Master Sommeliers. And I'm a competitive human being, so it was kind of like, oh, it's really difficult to become a master sommelier. Maybe I should try and do that. Yeah, when I moved to Houston, what I came down and discovered is that Houston's the most diverse city in America, that it's so vibrant and full of amazing people. And I kind of fell into a community that I have great respect for. Houston is a city that happened a little bit by accident, and so there isn't planning. Everything's kind of piled on top of each other. The Montrose very much encapsulates a lot of what Houston is. One of the great parts about the Montrose area is that it is sort of walkable. Just down the street are some amazing antique shops, thrift stores, but they're all pretty much independently run, where, again, the stereotype I think of Houston is strip malls and chain stores. There really aren't many of those at all in this area. Great place to start the day in Montrose is here at Brazil. Not just a coffee shop, but they also have a bunch of art. Brazil, I think, has been here as long as I've been here, certainly, and it's always been an awesome location. One of the things I love about Brazil is I never know what's going on here. I can walk in and it's an art show, there's yoga, there is a screening going on.
Basically, people can come in, they can have breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night cocktails, stroll through the gallery. Every month we have a new show. Right now it's the Other Border Wall. We really like to tie it in with the restaurant.
This is delicious. Great to hang out with Becca, and always crazy to learn what's going on at Brazil. If you're looking for some of the best coffee in the neighborhood, go by Blacksmith, owned by David Buer, one of the champion baristas of this country. We're over at the intersection here of Taft and Fairview. Some great restaurants and bars, but also Reeves Antiques. You obviously know when you've reached your destination. The walls are amazing, and the only thing more eclectic than the walls is actually what's inside.
How you doing, man?
Good, how are you? Really one of the best. In the Montrose, the Pit Room is a great lunch spot. One of the new kids in town. If you don't smell smoke outside of a barbecue spot, you're in the wrong place. And that I smell, so in we go. I've known the owners for a long time. I mean, Michael and I used to wait tables.
The thing that makes it unique is tortillas we actually make with smoked brisket fat. So we trim off the fat from the briskets, grind it down, smoke it in the smoker, turn that into lard, and then we roll that into our dough to make, make the tortillas.
Pretty low fat kind of option.
Yeah,
health inclined, very similar to the vegan food truck
exactly.
over in the other. Yeah.
I'm not exactly in the health business, but we've got our smoked chicken verde. Smoke it, braise it down in a chicken verde sauce, top it off with queso flamiado and roasted garlic.
So if you're coming to Houston, you have to try brisket. It's kind of the quintessential meat item. Long, slow-cooked, awesome, tender beef. If you don't like this, I can't help you. Thank you for opening this.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming.
So after that fantastic barbecue, rather than sinking completely into a food coma, I figured we'd get some culture. But here we are at the Houston Center for Photography to see what's going on.
This is a very international show with 10 artists from around the world. And we offer over 300 classes.
So all of the books in here, tell me about this.
This is the only publicly accessible photo book library in Houston. Anyone can walk in, cup of coffee.
So just open to the public. A cup of coffee. I can sit in here and have a cup of coffee.
You can sit in here, have a cup of coffee, peruse the books.
Figured we'd continue the cultural exploration here in the heart of the Montrose. You can visit the Rothko Chapel, one of his final works, and really a beautiful meditative space. And then also has some pretty amazing natural wonders like the national tree of Texas, the live oak. So far, a great day of eating, drinking, seeing some artwork, and now we're in my comfort zone. We're gonna taste some wine. Come on into the art of cellaring. So this is a members area where we're tasting. Next door is an enormous temperature-controlled cellaring facility where we are.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Would be an interesting one actually for building a vertical for the restaurant.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You know, it ages.
Yep.
You know, the 05 is still going strong.
Always great to see Steve and taste some wine, but when the weather is like this in Houston, Texas, should always take advantage and visit an establishment like the West Alabama Ice House. They've been at it since 1928, so probably have something figured out, and cold beer right now sounds awesome. West Alabama Ice House is a completely iconic establishment here in the Montrose area. There's an amazing taco truck right across the street called Tierras Caliente, which is, I think, consistently one of the best taco trucks in the city, which is saying a lot because there are a lot of taco trucks. Got tacos, I've got a St. Arnold lawnmower. Can't get much more Houston than that brewery. The sun setting across the West Alabama Ice House picnic tables. If this doesn't work for you, I can't help you. So if you're in the Montrose and you've enjoyed your tacos and beers, but you're looking for something a little bit different, I would highly recommend you drop by Poison Girl, one of the best bourbon selections, certainly in Texas, if not the country. And if you need a beautifully balanced and spectacular cocktail, go down to Anvil, talk to the bartenders there, and they will set you up with one of the best cocktails in town. Obviously, I'm biased, but I think a perfect day in the Montrose caps off with an evening here at Goodnight Charlie's. You can two-step, you can eat delicious tacos. So let's go to listen to these guys play and maybe have a beverage or two. And this was a concept that came about through a lot of discussion and sort of getting acquainted with Texas culture and what actually a honky-tonk is. One of the discoveries when we were opening was the Charles Goodnight bourbon. It's produced in Kentucky and owned by the Foley family. Bill Foley is a descendant of Charles Goodnight, so it all fits. We've got our Elijah Craig single barrels, so 2 different barrels we selected for this place. So it expresses our palate, right, as an establishment and what we're looking for in great bourbon.
I don't think people can leave Goodnight Charlie's without having a shot of Elijah Craig.
I am Shanna Jones.
And I'm Felice Sloan, and we've known each other for over 15 years.
And we have a Houston-based lifestyle blog called Urban Swank. Food is our core. We have passions of travel and beauty and fashion, and they surround the things we love about Houston.
The thing I love about Houston is the people.
It's a greatly diverse city, good old Southern hospitality.
There is so much to do here. I just tell people to come with an open mind and get ready to be wowed.
The only place I want to have breakfast is at the Breakfast Club.
Well, it looks like everyone wants to have breakfast there because check out the line. We're on our way inside to meet with owner Marcus Davis to get the good and the good.
The Breakfast Club is located in the Midtown area of Houston, not even 2 miles from the Museum District. They have fantastic Southern specialties.
And they cook with a lot of personality. So Marcus, we believe sharing is caring. So we're gonna, you know.
Okay. So y'all go ahead and share.
So you're not gonna share any of
You know, what I tried to do was create a menu that, based on my experiences, that I can ramp up a notch. Our biscuit and gravy is dynamite.
Okay, so that was really good. We tried something new, stepped out of our box.
Another cool spot that I love though in the Museum District is Barnaby's Cafe. It's bright, it's fun, it's welcoming, really good breakfast too, so another option if you're in the area. The Museum District is a lot of fun because you get to enjoy a lot of museums in one small area. From the Museum of Natural Science to the Children's Museum. If you love the arts, there's awesome art galleries. So you can't come all the way to the Houston Museum District and not go to a museum. So today we're going to be checking out the Houston Museum of Natural Science.
I wish they had something like this when I was a kid.
There are over 1,500 butterflies here. You get a picture. Get a picture.
So now we're on our way into the planetarium for our tour.
Meeting Dr. Carolyn Sumners, the Vice President of Astrology and Physics.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hi.
Come on. The show's about to start. One of the neatest things about a planetarium like this one is that we can just take you anywhere. This theater has 10 4K projectors, all of them working together. When you do all of that, it makes the Burke Baker Planetarium the highest resolution planetarium on Earth.
You can step right outside of the Museum of Natural Science and head to the Centennial Gardens. Herman Park was made for the people. It's over 100 years old. It's about 450 acres.
Beautiful place just to relax and chill for the day.
Now it's time for a little wine and lunch, or about lunch and wine.
You know what? I'll have it both ways.
Okay.
Let's head into Bistro Manil in the Museum District. We're gonna talk it up with chef and owner, Greg Martin. The Bistro Manil is a cozy European-style restaurant located very close to the Manil collection.
Hello.
Hey ladies.
How are you?
Hey.
We're doing good.
My spouse and I travel abroad to Europe, primarily Spain, Italy, and France every year. And we get inspiration for the menu from those trips. And I want to be inspired by it. I want to be able to bring it back to Houston. I'd encourage you to order the quiche. It's really popular. So right now we're doing a duck confit and oxtail risotto with a poached duck egg on top.
What a fantastic lunch at Bistro Manil. That quiche was fantastic.
I would definitely agree. Yeah, but if I didn't go there, the next spot I would go to would be Pax Americana. Same kind of vibe, little bit different food, but the wine, the cocktails are just as amazing.
After that food, I think we need a bit of a workout.
B-cycles are really the best way to get around the museum district.
You have the basket on the back, you have a basket on the front, you have a small basket, you have a big basket.
You're overthinking it.
Houston B-cycles are a really cool way to get around town if you're in the city. There's over 50 locations. They have over 400 bikes.
I was like, there is a little bell. I said, oh, that is really a bell.
I don't have no bell.
Yours don't have a bell?
No.
$3 for 30 minutes. It's a really good deal, and you have fun at the same time.
The sun is down, and you know what that means. It's time for dinner, and we have the perfect spot in mind.
We're headed to Lucille's, just 5 minutes away from Centennial Garden, to get some good Southern eats. Let's see what Chef Chris Williams has in store for us.
All the food that's there is inspired by his great-grandmother, Lucille Smith. It's all about his heritage from his great-grandmother.
But he has staples. It has these chili biscuits. It's a family recipe. It's not gonna change. It doesn't need to change. But you gotta get the chili biscuits.
Chili biscuits, for those who don't know, that's my great-grandmother's recipe. She came up with this recipe over 100 years ago.
Oh, that's good.
Pork.
That looks good.
And the lamb neck pasta.
It's so good and tender.
That is really
It's literally
good.
falling off the bone.
You know, we're opening you up to our family experience with those hot rolls, because that's what we grew up eating for every family gathering. So it's like bringing y'all to our family's table.
Wow, we had such a fantastic dinner at Lucille's. Everything was phenomenal.
It was great.
How do we end such a perfect day?
Hotel Zaza is located in the Museum District, right around the corner from Lucille's. Just check it out. Who wouldn't want to be here?
Hotel Zaza is such a fun place. I need one of those in my living room.
So when you walk in, you feel like you need to be looking a certain way. It oozes sexiness and modernness. Last time we were here, I did the spa, had some cocktails before going up.
Like a mini staycation.
A mini staycation. Without Oh, that looks lovely. Thank you. Ooh, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's good.
So let's cheers to our perfect day.
I'm Travis Lenig. I'm the owner of Field and Tides Restaurant and Bar. I'm also the executive chef. We're in Houston Heights area, which is one of the best places to be in Houston. So I became a chef at a very young age. I started working in a restaurant, really enjoyed it, and went to culinary school, and then kind of never looked back from there. I loved everything about, the kitchen, the noise, the camaraderie. Every day is something new. You don't know what to expect. I've lived in Houston my whole life. I was born and raised here. I left for 3 years and I went to Utah and always knew that I was gonna come back. I've watched this city, you know, boom. And the food scene has blown up so much. It's a cultural melting pot and it's huge. Houston's unbelievable. Being in the Heights, there are 3 or 4 major streets that, you know, fairly close. You have White Oak Boulevard, which has restaurants and bars and shops up and down it. Then you have 11th Street, and then you go down to 19th and 20th. And 19th's really where it all started, and they're all accessible through walking. The Heights is just, it's a small town in a big city. 19th Street in the Heights, it's the historic area. Pop into Boomtown Coffee, which is a more modern coffee shop. Really unbelievable coffee. Very, very excited to see what Matt has in store for us.
Enjoy. Smell like kind of almonds and apricot or peach or something in there.
Oh yeah.
Kind of caramelized sugars.
It's very different than anything I've ever had. I like that a lot. It's got a beautiful color too.
Yeah, that crema is where a lot of the flavor compounds are kind of locked in. They're suspended in there. So if you don't see crema on your espresso, send it back.
All right, so now we're leaving Boomtown. We're gonna head over to Heights Mercantile. It's a new development here in the Heights. It's in between Heights Boulevard and Yale Street. It houses several businesses. One of the places we're gonna go is called Bespoke. It's got a lot of unique pieces from local artists in the Houston area. So let's go in here and check it out.
We partner with a lot of local artisans, mostly in Houston.
They're beautiful. And this is stuff that I could use in my house and at the restaurant. One of the unique items that I see over here is the Anvil Piggy Bank. Well, this is really, really cool.
This is by a guy named Mike Garman, and he actually works with a lot of concrete and stuff as well.
If you're looking for something else to do, you can always head just southeast of here over to Sawyer Yards. Every second Saturday of the month, they do a open market with local artists in the alley. You know, it's just right down the street from here. It's a really cool place to hit up. We're gonna do a quick stop off here at Lee's Fried Chicken and Donuts. It's at the corner of White Oak and Heights Boulevard. So one of their signature items on their menu is the double donut chicken sandwich. It's 2 donuts smashed over a fried chicken breast served with bacon jam.
Classic sandwich?
Perfect, thank you so much. I like to take my time and walk through the Heights. The Heights is known for its beautiful architecture. As you can see, these older houses, older Victorians, are some of the Heights' most beautiful. And you have Sarah's Inn coming up, which is a small, quaint bed and breakfast, which is unbelievable.
I see people in lines round the block. I see my brothers and sisters walking, hand in hand singing, when will it stop?
We're gonna head into Harold's on the Heights. It's at 19th in Ashland. We're gonna go and visit my friend Richard Knight, who's the executive chef. We're gonna come check it out and get some good grub on. Richard, tell me a little bit about Harold's.
It was always this famous tailor. Apparently he dressed 3 presidents and they're doing
62 years in business?
62 years in business.
Here we go, we got something to eat coming out. All right, so what do we got?
So we've got some fun stuff. This is just like a little crazy homemade sausage roll. I was just like, we gotta do sausage roll. Sausage meat inside puff pastry. One I've done before quite a bit, chicken liver pate. So it's more of a mousse and just some homemade jam.
So what are some great dishes to try?
Well, at the moment we have the stuffed local quail. We also have our local goldfish, which we sort of change out depending on literally what comes in on the boat.
What's from the market?
Yeah. We do a little double entendre with the cauliflower, so like a puree and then some florette.
That's awesome, man. We're heading into Town and City off Cavalcade and Studemont, and we are going to come see Justin here. So, what made you want to do a brewery?
Living here in the Heights, I really wanted a neighborhood brewery that I could just walk to.
Where do you gather inspiration from?
Some of my inspiration is from my travels overseas. Some of my inspiration is locally here in Houston. We have a lot of influences from the Commonwealth. I'm drinking a stout right now that is based off of English stout. But we also use a lot of produce in our ciders that is cultivated locally. Right now, we also have our lager and our white oak wit because we're coming into the hot months of Houston weather, so we gotta keep it light.
Gotta keep it light.
Gotta keep it light.
Well, I think you're doing an amazing job here. This is damn good beer. Cheers.
Cheers.
Town and City is one of my favorite breweries, but there's also other local ones. Eureka Heights on 18th and Holler and Sawyer Yards. It's about 7 o'clock. We're back on 11th Street. We're heading over to Field and Tide's Restaurant and Bar. Our place was built in 1936. It's an old bungalow that was revamped into our restaurant. We're gonna meet my partner Chico. We're gonna get some grub. You and I worked together. You were my superior. You know, this is one of the very first dishes that I came up with.
This was the very first dish.
I remember when you first tasted this, you were like, okay, you're now the king of fried oysters. We had a winner with
Well, we
this.
call this quality control QC.
Yeah.
I mean, these will change your life.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that sounds like a ridiculous statement, but they will.
I could totally lose myself in those thrift shops in Montrose. In the planetarium, can you believe that is real-time outer space? Well, that's it for me here. I hope you enjoyed watching the show and that you start planning your own trip to Houston right now. But no matter where you're headed, I hope you have a great trip, and be sure to pick up your own copy of Hemispheres magazine, located right there in the seat back pocket in front of you.